Coming up, violent attacks. A person walking on campus is violently beaten. Video of the attacks were shared across campus. We have the latest on the investigation into what took place.
Plus, Remembrance Week returns to SU's campus. Remembrance scholars sitting in solidarity earlier today. How the university is recognizing the tragedy over 30 years later.
And history is made in the Dome. How the student section grew to the biggest the university has ever seen. Citrus TV News Live at 6 starts right now.
Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Well, a violent attack happened right off campus Friday evening. An investigation is currently underway. Good evening, I'm Walker Simmons.
And I'm Louise Rath. This took place near Marshall Street on Friday night. It's not clear if the group involved has ties to the university. New at 6, DPS is now investigating the incident. Video of the attack went viral over the weekend. Our Ricky Sayer spoke to SU students who shot and posted that video. He joins us now with what he's learned. Ricky?
We spoke with witnesses who were right here Friday night. They saw what took place across the street at Huntington Hall. Now, SPD told us in a statement that they responded to a report of a fight, and once they got there, there was an uncooperative victim. The witnesses we spoke with said this was definitely no fight.
The search is on for the people involved in a violent attack on campus.
No. Calm down.
A man described by witnesses as a young person of color kicked and punched Friday night.
It was disgusting. I've never seen anything like that before.
Brian Cohen shot the video. A man heard screaming. Check my pockets.
It sounds like they think he stole their wallet.
Cohen says he spoke with the individual after, who said it was someone else who stole the wallet and fled, the group assuming it was the individual.
The police were even present while it was happening, and no action was taken.
The group only leaving around the time police lights came on.
They turned them on and then they turned them off, and just did not act.
Cohen and witness Nina Tran say police didn't chase after that group. They are unhappy with what happened next.
The police did not leave his car to check up on the victim or anything.
Tran and Cohen spoke to officers following the attack.
I go up to him and I go, "Is there anything we can help you with? Can I help you?" And I walk up to him and he tells me to off. Then what? I gotta listen to that? No, then I'm not gonna do anything for him.
He was assaulted by people, a group of people. You're just gonna let them walk away. You're gonna let them walk away.
Tran says police would not take their statement.
I'm just asking them to care.
They both believe the original event was racially motivated.
No. Something was stolen, but he turned around on a busy street on a Friday night and saw a person of color and just assumed that they were the person that took his wallet. I have a hard time seeing how that's not racially motivated.
Syracuse University leaders said the violence is appalling, deeply disturbing, and cannot be tolerated in our community. Student Association President David Bruin says the violence in our community is a threat to us all, and they condemn the brutality in no uncertain terms. Now, DPS, we know, is trying to review any security footage that may be in the area. In that a campus-wide email, the university said that if they find that a student was involved here, that student will face immediate repercussions. But for now, reporting here along University Avenue, Ricky Sayer, Citrus TV News.
Well, Ricky, shocking story, thank you. Now, in other news, taking a look now at the Syracuse University Quad, you see at the bottom of your screen, chairs are set up as part of the university's Remembrance Week display.
SU began observing Remembrance Week last night. It's meant to honor the 35 SU study abroad students who lost their lives in the Pan Am 103 tragedy in 1988. Throughout this week, events are planned, focused on looking back and acting forward in remembrance of the victims. The empty chair display is an annual tradition to remember those who lost their lives in the tragedy. The display was held this afternoon, and our CitrusTV reporter Teagan Brown is live with more. Teagan?
Remembrance Week is an annual series of events here at SU that looks back at a tragic event that happened over 3 decades ago, but that they still remember. 35 students were studying abroad, and while on their way back aboard Pan Am Flight 103, while it was over Lockerbie, Scotland, the plane was bombed. All 35 SU students lost their lives. Today, each year, 35 Remembrance Scholars are selected to represent each of these students. Each current student is assigned one of the students that passed away while aboard the flight. They learn all about their lives, including the relationships they had with their families, their friends, what they studied, what their hobbies were, and overall how they lived their lives. Now today, during Remembrance Week, the empty chairs display was held, which, as you'll see behind me, these chairs are laid out very specifically in certain spots. They represent where each of the students were sitting aboard Pan Am Flight 103. Each of the scholars sits in their representative chairs and looks forward in silence during the ceremony that lasted almost 40 minutes. Now, while in the beginning of the display, while I was here, there were not many people to watch. As time went on through that 40-minute period, students, faculty, and staff all gathered to look at this ceremony. Now, along with there being the chairs, there's also plaques around each side of where this plain representation is with the names of each of the students. Remembrance Week will continue throughout the rest of the week with other events. Guys, back to you.
Teagan, thank you. Well, before the empty chairs display, Remembrance Week kicked off last night, and our CitrusTV reporter Lindsey Fine attended the music and message event and Candlelight Vigil at Hendricks Chapel.
Syracuse University's Remembrance Scholars joined with Hendricks Chapel for music and message last night, where 3 Remembrance Scholars and 1 Lockerbie Scholar spoke about their experiences.
Every single scholar who read today had an incredibly beautiful message, and again, I implore everyone to listen to them and to really hear those messages.
After the Hendricks Chapel event, Remembrance Week officially began with a Candlelight Vigil.
The message behind these events is really making sure that we're honoring the spirit of those who have lost their lives in a very respectful and moving way. It's to allow some Remembrance Scholars to speak about what it means for them to be a Remembrance Scholar, and just a time for all of us to reflect about what being a Remembrance Scholar this year means.
Being named a Remembrance Scholar is one of the highest honors a Syracuse University student can achieve.
Even before I was a freshman, I knew coming here that I'd be dedicating myself to Remembrance each week for my family. And it just feels really overwhelming in a very beautiful way.
The Remembrance program also hosts 2 students from Lockerbie, Scotland, who are chosen annually to connect Syracuse University to the city of Lockerbie.
It's really important for Syracuse students here to know about the 35 students that were lost. I know a lot of people that are planning on going abroad and learning abroad, and these people are just like them, you know. And I'm currently studying abroad, and I just really relate to them, and I think to know what happened to those people is definitely really, really important.
Thanks, Lindsay. The next Remembrance Week event will be the screening of 20D in Gifford Auditorium at 7 p.m.
And happening here on the University Hill, Remembrance events are happening throughout the week, ending this week with the rose-laying ceremony and Remembrance Scholar Convocation this Friday. For more information, you can visit remembrance.syr.edu.
And the latest on SU's COVID numbers, there are currently 22 active COVID-19 cases on campus. This includes 3 new student cases and 2 new employee cases. The positivity rate remains at 0.4%. This is the lowest number of active cases since SU declared the campus COVID-19 red level.
And SU's National Veterans Resource Center is inducting the first member of their Hall of Honor. Syracuse alum and fallen Iraqi soldier James Lyons is their first inductee. Lyons is one of the first SU alums to be killed during Operation Iraqi Freedom, and the Central New York native served as lieutenant in the Army.
His name was honored at the SU Clemson game this past Friday. His legacy continues at the university through a scholarship named after him. The scholarship is directed towards first-year and military students. And there's a new scholarship in memory of Newhouse School and Broadcast Digital Journalism alumni Nina Kapoor. Kapoor graduated in 2016 and worked as a reporter with CBS New York. The scholarship looks to provide financial assistance to those studying BDJ in the Newhouse School.
The $100,000 endowed fund gift is from the CBS Broadcasting Company, with additional gifts from News 12 Connecticut, Newhouse alumni, and Kapoor's family and friends. Funds will be distributed in the spring of '22 semester. And the Center for Teaching and Learning Excellence will offer 2 virtual workshops for faculty and instructors on visual thinking strategies, and they hope to help engage students through critical thinking.
There are 2 workshops, one on October 22nd and one on October 25th. Attendees can learn how to use images in the classroom to their benefit.
The Syracuse University student section made history this past weekend, with more SU students attending this game than any other since records began in 2006. According to Otto's RB, 5,768 students were at the game.
The usual O-Zone section 103 reached full capacity before kicking off, and latecomers to the Dome were seated in spillover sections. And to add the excitement of Friday night, legendary SU running back Floyd Little was honored at halftime. Little's wife, Deborah, gave a speech during halftime asking the university to reserve the number 44 for her grandson.
And quite literally hit the ground running this season. There's been talk of bringing number 44 back on the field. But Deborah says if number 44 returns, she hopes the player represents the character of her late husband.
And keeping things local, the Onondaga County legislature is using budget powers to dilute Ryan McMahon's proposal for the new aquarium and sports complex. Local leaders on both sides of the aisle say they need at least 2 weeks to process this $110 million proposal.
The Ways and Means Committee voted Friday to put money going towards the project into a contingency account to reserve money for the projects without immediately committing to them.
Well, Louise, I don't know about you, but it is continuously raining on campus. I mean, lake effect is in full effect here at SU.
Yes, I think today was the coldest day I've experienced walking across the campus so far this year. Fingers were getting a little cold. Looking forward, hopefully some more warm days before the winter weather finally sets in.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see, but our weather anchor, Lindsey Fine, is here in studio to tell us the facts. Lindsey, what do you got?
Definitely, guys. So right now it actually isn't raining, which is super good. About 20% chance of rain, but again, not raining right now. And it's also 48 degrees, so definitely colder than we saw last week. That kind of stretch of summer weather we saw continues, definitely starting to go away. But we do have some warmer days coming up that you'll see later in the show. Again, right now, cloudy, 48 degrees, 20% chance of rain, pretty standard for this time of year. Again, colder than yesterday, definitely saw those coats being brought out and all of those other fun winter gear. And looking to current temperatures across central New York, out in Rochester, they have the high of the board at 51. And then over here in Cortland, 44 the low. Again, really standard from 44 up to 51, only about about a 7 degrees difference. So really, again, high 40s, low 50s, really nice weather for this time. Definitely colder than last week, but really standard across central New York. And taking a look into tonight, it will actually cool down a bit to 45 degrees with an 8% chance of rain. If there was a night to keep your window open to sleep, it would absolutely be tonight. But that's all I have for you guys right now. Walker, back to you.
All right, Lindsey, thank you. Well, coming up, midterms week is in full swing at SU. How students deal with the stress while focusing on their mental health.
And the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is criticized by top medical officials. What this means for administering booster shots. Stay with us.
Pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
No.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you read stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Walker Simmons, Louise Rath, Lindsey Fine, and Teagan Brown. Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
Well, this week is midterms week and students are stressing to manage their time. CitrusTV reporter Tyler O'Neill talked to students on how they take time for mental health.
Thanks, Walker. This week is midterm week and students are experiencing high levels of stress, anxiety, and demands from their classes. This week, students will have to balance their work and social life. One student says time management is the hardest part of the week.
A lot of tests and just making sure that I plan out the time for all my other projects. Because I'm in TRF, so then I have script writing that I have to do, and then I have extra filming projects. So it's like a time management thing.
To relieve stress, students are taking breaks from studying. They're going for walks, exercising, hanging out with friends. Even though time management is challenging, one student says it's key to success.
I think a big part of it is to not overwork yourself. I find that using time, like my time to go to the library, half my day, and then the end of the day I like to unwind and talk to my friends. It's definitely a big stress reliever.
SU offers tutoring services for students who need help studying. The Center for Learning and Student Success is offering workshops, one-on-one learning sessions, and group tutoring. SU Vice Chancellor Gretchen Ritter says it is common for students to feel stressed or overwhelmed. She is encouraging students to practice self-care by sleeping and taking breaks to exercise and relax. The Barnes Center is providing ways to reduce stress and to help students manage their time. Programs include Mind Spa, pet therapy, fitness classes, and more. If you are struggling to manage your stress, call the Barnes Center for one-on-one help. Guys?
Tyler, thank you.
And now breaking news, the FDA is planning to allow Americans to receive different dosages of vaccinations. The government does not recommend one vaccination over the other.
This comes as Dr. Anthony Fauci says that the J&J vaccine should have initially been a 2-shot vaccine like the Pfizer and Moderna shots.
And coming up on your weather, your 5-day forecast when we return.
The bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
They call me MAXIE, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back, everybody. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. So as you can see, it definitely cooled down this week. And then as we go in through the week, it will heat up, and then we'll have a high of the week at 71 on Wednesday. And then as it starts raining with the PM and then AM showers Thursday into Friday, it'll cool down again. Again, similar to what we saw this week, where it was kind of hotter in the middle of the week, and then we got some rain and it all cooled down. So that'll be happening again this week. And looking into tomorrow, It'll be 49 when you wake up at 9 a.m., so definitely grab that coat. And then 65 at 3 p.m. It'll heat up and then cool down again to 62 at 6 p.m. The clouds will also be clearing throughout the day. And looking at our humidity outlook, it'll be about 60 to 70%. So if you feel a little sticky, that might be why, but it's still lower than what we saw last week, and it's getting more to that fall weather. What's going on in sports?
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Coming up in sports, Syracuse football comes down to the wire yet again. Plus, another prominent name enters the transfer portal. I'll tell you who that is and more after the break. News Live at 6. We'll be right back.
Sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly,
disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
For the first time ever, Clemson football was unranked when it squared off with Syracuse over the weekend. Welcome into sports. I'm Jaron May. The Tigers entered Friday's matchup with a 3-2 record, while the Orange sat at 3-3. Losers of 2 straight by a combined points of just 6. Who came out on top in the ACC battle? Let's roll the tape to find out. It was Floyd Littleday inside the dome, and not a lot of offense early. Tyler Venables with a red zone pick. Now, let's jump to the second quarter. Finally, we get some offense. Uyongalale to Ngata, 19-yard dime in the back of the end zone. It's 7-0 Tigers. But then the Orange answer right back. Who else? Sean Tucker, a 39-yard scamper, sets up a Garrett Schrader touchdown on the next play. It's 7-7. Now it's 14-7 thanks to Kobe Pace, a 2-yard rushing touchdown, and that would be the score at the halftime. Not a lot of scoring in the third. Skip to the fourth. Skip to a 62-yard bomb to Trevor Pena. He finds pay dirt, and Syracuse within 3. They can tie it, go into overtime. No. Andre Schmidt, short left, and your final score, 17-14 as Clemson escapes the dome. Sean Tucker's nearly 160 rushing yards earned him ACC Running Back of the Week honors for the second straight week. And on the other side, DJ Uyongalale threw for nearly 180 yards. So that was Friday. Then on Sunday, Q's football made more headlines as former starting quarterback Tommy DeVito announced he is leaving the program and entering the transfer portal. The New Jersey native was QB1 for the last 2 seasons, but dealt with injuries and eventually lost the role to Garrett Schrader. Dino Babers addressed the departure earlier today.
Tommy was very mature about the things that he expressed to me. Those were some private things. We're tied at the hip. I love that guy. He's part of our family. He's going to always be a part of our family. We're going to always root for him. And we wish him nothing but the best. We really do.
DeVito is now the third Syracuse player to enter the portal this season. Now shifting to the pitch, Syracuse women's soccer's losing streak continues. After starting 4-1-1, the Orange have fallen 8 straight times, including a 4-2 L to Pittsburgh this morning. SU's Hannah Pilley opened the scoring 9 minutes in, but then Sarah Shupansky opened the floodgates for Pitt. The Panthers outshot the Orange 27-12. Without Lizzie-Ann Prue, this one could have been much worse for Syracuse. The goalkeeper registered 12 saves, her third double-digit save game of the year. Cuse is now 4-9-1 with 3 games remaining. Now, one team that isn't on a losing streak is the Bills. Buffalo has won 4 straight, looking to make it 5 tonight in a Monday Night Football showdown with the Titans. Tennessee is led by Derrick Henry, who tops the NFL in rushing with nearly 130 yards per game. For the Bills, Josh Allen has been on an absolute fire recently, totaling 14 touchdowns this season. Buffalo enters tonight as a 6-point favorite. It's Henry and the Titans versus Allen and the Bills this evening at 8:15.
Thanks, Jaron. When we come back, we'll take one last look at your weather.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science, become the mayor or something, make the situation better for other people. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at your wake-up forecast. So tomorrow at 9 a.m., it'll be 49 degrees and partly cloudy with a little chance of rain. So I wouldn't necessarily be reaching for that raincoat or that umbrella. Maybe more of that winter jacket. Not necessarily a really heavy one, but definitely something to layer up with.
Yeah, 49 degrees. That's going to be pretty chilly. Well, hey, today is National Cupcake Day, and every October 18th, cupcake fanatics are able to satisfy their sweet tooth with some extra chocolate treats. In fact, cupcakes also have been called fairy cakes and patty cakes.
And the earliest known term of cupcake was in 1828, written in Eliza Leslie's Receipts Cookbook. Now, cupcakes are a favorite snack across the world, and I have heard we have a reason to be eating cupcakes today.
Oh, we do. It's my younger sister's birthday today. She's turning 18, so Lila, happy birthday. Enjoy a cupcake today. What do you guys like about your flavor? Come on.
Flavor, red velvet.
Red velvet. All right, there we go.
I mean, for me, it's anything from Publix. I know when my parents came up for Parents Week and they brought us Publix cupcakes, and it was honestly just a nice little treat from home.
All right. I think chocolate's kind of the go-to. Chocolate, vanilla, good frosting and whatnot. So, all right. Well, hey, that's all the time we have for you today on Citrus TV News.
For more of the latest, be sure to follow us on Citrus TV News on Twitter or check out our website at citrustv.com.
For all of us on Citrus TV News, I'm Walker Simmons.
And I'm Louise Rath. Have a great night, Syracuse.